Greetings and good evening. I am Dr. Wolf, and I just got back from Bronycon. It was a very, very long weekend, very tiring weekend. I'm sure I've mentioned that my feet hurt a lot from standing on the convention floor for so many hours, but it was very well worth it because I got to meet with so many wonderful people and got to see so many entertaining things and got to take part in 4 different panels. And for today, I wanted to show off a number of gifts that were given out by fans who really appreciated what I do and wanted me to take something home and remember them by. First up, this was actually given to me by Time as being a part of his panel. I'm glad that he decided that he wanted to throw all that together. It was the first time I had met folks like Reverie and Fluffy Mixer face to face, and I have worked with Wime and Reverie before. So that was definitely something to remember. Let's see. Start with some smaller items. This was actually a wood carving of Fluttershy's Cutie Mark. A fun little thing like that. I wonder how long it takes a person to carve something like that, or maybe it's burned in? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe somebody can tell me. Next up, we have a miniature Paris Sprite. They were giving out lots and lots of these over the convention weekend. And this is a little more interesting because someone had dressed up as Pinkie Pie, complete with cupcakes as part of their skirt and a basket full of what looked to be treats, but were actually designed out of styrofoam. And she had decided to give me one of them as a keepsake for taking home. And looking at it, it looks pretty legitimate. I have to wonder how much work goes into one of these things, but thank you for that. Oh, this one's definitely more adorable because it involves Mrs. Wolf. I know it may not look like much at first glance, but faithful, dependable, kind, and generous. I very much appreciate when people are encouraging my lady to step outside of her comfort zone and being able to talk to other people, and things like this really, really help. They show that fans really do appreciate what she's doing and even find inspiration from her words. Plus, the drawings are very adorable. So thank you for those. I got lots of little fan art pieces here and there. I'll try to go through them as quickly as I can. This one's one of the bigger ones. Let's see. And short little notes with quick little fan art pieces like this. Oh, this one. Bit of a different art style, but some of you may recognize this particular art style from one of the previous A Moment with Dr. Wolf episodes. See if you can guess in the comments which one before actually looking it up. But big thanks. I love things like this. I really, really do. Oh. Very fun little things, fan fiction pages. And little personal notes. Yeah. Stuff like this year, and this is more interesting personally. Oh, this one, I remember when this fan had given it to me, she said that she spent a lot of time on it, but her toddler-age cousin had gotten a hold of it, so it got ripped. So I gotta hold it just so you can see that. Another piece from Dr. Wolf and Mrs. Wolf. And this one's looks like it had a little more effort put into it. Yeah, I like that. More personal notes, except this one is actually done for the outline of Dr. Wolf, so that's nice. Another quick little one. I appreciate every single one of these that I get because I want to put them on display in the office. Oh yes, this one is a bit more extensive. I like the colors in particular on this one because it really helps to stand out. Quite a bit of detail too, thanks for that. Oh, here we get some bigger items. This one, I am curious how long it might have took someone, but Dr. Wolf and Mrs. Wolf, yet again, with some fun portraits in the background as well. Thank you so much. Oh, one of the bigger pieces. This one is a bit more personal because this was directly out of A Moment with Dr. Wolf, the Keyframe and Abby Rohde episode. This was all done by Hungry Soma, who has done a couple of different projects for me, and again, I find the art style of hers super adorable. Although this one was probably done by Banzato, now that I think about it. Yeah, her fiance Banzato. Thank you again for that. This one's a bit different. Someone had actually bought a dog plushie and dressed it up as Dr. Wolf, complete with a tie and a vest and a white shirt. I know it looks a little simplistic, but I thought it was really cute. Thank you for that. And this one. Oh, the last of the bunch. This is a little wooden box that has painted on it Dr. Wolf and Mrs. Wolf. And it looks like we're making up some dessert together. I have to wonder how long it takes to paint something like this when you already have the box, but maybe this is something I can keep some little trinkets in. Thank you very much for that. Oh, goodness. As per usual, conventions are exhausting. I come home and I feel like I've been completely drained, and yet at the same time, I feel rejuvenated. I feel energized. It's kind of hard to explain. It can take so much out of you and yet put so much into you at the same time. It gives you memories that last for years and decades, and meeting new people that you wish you could see on a daily basis, honestly. I was spending a ton of time with Lightning Bliss and Silver Quill over at their vendor table, and I was especially happy that there were so many people who wanted to support both Lightning Bliss and Silver by buying their artwork. I believe that the both of them have made enough to cover their travel expenses, so again, big thanks to all the fans. I was doing all I could to help promote their vendor table and maybe help make some sales for them, and I'm glad I was able to do my part. And for everybody who went up and gave us a visit and wanted autographs and pictures and buying pieces of artwork, big thanks to you as well. I was also very happy, in particular, with the TF2 analysis panel, where we got to show off 4 upcoming episodes that got huge cheers and laughter from the audience. And I did record a reaction of that entire panel, well, at least the video portion. I wanted to see how the audience were going to react to those videos in particular. But I'm not going to be releasing that reaction until after all 4 of those upcoming episodes have been uploaded. I'm trying not to give sneak peeks here. And there was also an animatic by Lightning Bliss that we played at the very end that was so much fun. It actually got a standing ovation. And at the end, everybody was chanting, "Blissy, Blissy, Blissy." And I'm so glad that she had so much appreciation for all her wonderful work, because, to be honest, as I've said many times before, we wouldn't have TF2 Analysis Anarchy without Lightning Bliss. So I'm glad that we were able to spend so much time with her, both my lady and I. I'm particularly glad that Lightning has gotten along with my lady so much, and I'm eagerly awaiting Nightmare Nights in a few months when we get to see everybody again. Or at least most people. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm hoping that perhaps I might have convinced a few of you here and there to try going to a convention if you've never gone to one before. And perhaps we might get to meet in person and have a chat about whatever might be on your mind. As per usual, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.